guys, we are back with Messy on Purpose, and I have Lee back with me again because what better way to have a podcast than to talk with a friend? I'm just trying to get him to become a co-host, you know?
I might have to.
We just had Thanksgiving food-ish. Not Thanksgiving food, though. It was pot roast, but...
Listen, this woman over here cooks. I love Cinnabon, and I'm definitely I guess would say sugar whore sometimes. But I will say this: she made these cinnamon rolls with orange. Was it orange?
Yeah, it was orange frosting because my husband loves the Pillsbury orange frosting. Yeah.
It tastes like that, but like times 100. So good, so delicious. Everyone, I'm letting you know, if you are lucky enough to be her friend, she cooks. I'm leaving with a bunch of goodies on top of chili that she made, and her chili. It's people would say they don't know that from the Bay, it slaps. No, beats slap. It smacks, guys. Trust me, the lips are smacking. So thank you for inviting me. It's kind of like a tradition, me, your husband, and some friends or whatever. Christmas, not this year Christmas, but Thanksgiving typically. So.
And usually Christmas, but since I plan on moving during Christmas, I don't think I'm going to have anywhere for you to come hang out.
I'll be hanging out in that swimming pool in that hot tub.
We'll be ordering food out.
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe a good In-N-Out dinner together instead.
And that's not bad, you know. So I'm not gonna hate on that.
Yeah, you know. So, do you want to give like kind of a, just for anyone that hasn't watched one of the episodes with you, doesn't know who you are, do you want to do a little introduction on yourself, and then we'll dive into kind of the topic we want to cover today?
Absolutely. I will say that I am a very eccentric, and I wouldn't call myself that detailed because I pay attention to details, but I'm a director with a potential TV show. We'll see what happens with that. I'm a mentor, and I really do like mentoring. I've been mentoring most of my life. I've coached, girls varsity basketball, and we went 53-0 in the state of California. We lost in state or whatever, but those girls are just off the chain. Way back in the day, like 20-something years ago. And so between mentoring people, I'm really, I think the thing is when I push myself these days, I can talk about some of the accolades that I've done. I don't think any of it matters for me. And if you're a total not nice person, none of it matters. But I'm a really solid person. I can really safely say that I'm a really good human. I really like being helpful to people as best I can. And maybe I'm not helpful to some other people, but I think for the most part, I want to introduce myself as being a fan of humans, good humans that are trying to help them in a way that allows them to find their peace on earth here. I mean, like without being too boo-boo, I guess, but I just love helping people and trying to mentor as best I possibly can. Am I the best filmmaker in the world? No, I'm not. Do I love cinema? Yeah, I do.
A little bit of an obsession, I would say, right?
Yeah, totally. It's kind of like Justin with carbs,
Yeah, same thing.
Justin's badass, buddy.
I think every dude has their thing. That is a thing with males. They just, in general, every one of them have their own little, obsession. Mm-hmm. You have sports guys, right. You got car guys, you got film guys, So I think that's just like a guy thing. If you've noticed, women don't have a lot of hobbies.
No, they don't. But the good women, I think... Okay, let me back up a little bit. The women that I would like to be with are the women that do follow into, not that they have to dive too deeply into their men, because women have their own lives, and you and Justin have your own things that you guys do. But what I like about you so much that I like for myself in a relationship is a woman that's a fan of a man. There's very few women these days that are a fan of a man.
Isn't that crazy too? I mean, this might sound a little cliche, but I'm obsessed with my husband.
Absolutely.
Obsessed.
And it's dope. And the smiles that I see you guys, and I know that it's always not, candy canes and rainbows.
Oh, no.
But the fact that you guys communicate, you can't have ups and downs. But when I see you guys out and about, you really do enjoy being with Justin.
Yeah.
And that is something that really makes my heart feel good, because a lot of people don't want to be happy for people, but I'm when I see a relationship work, But it takes a lot of work.
It takes work. I mean, we've
Yeah.
been together 12 years. It's
Yeah.
not like it just happened overnight where
No.
it was like this. And it's still, there's still things, right?
Mhm.
Like he'll get caught up in a car and I'll just be like, can you pay attention for 5 minutes?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
there's those little frustrations.
Mhm.
They're there.
Right.
But when you have a good relationship, they're not as extreme as a bad relationship and then something comes up.
Mhm. You know, I think what I like about what I'm seeing from you and Justin, just in general, and I'm going to, parlay this into being a mentor for other people, is that your internal monologue of your husband and for people in general should be a positive one. And it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. Like, why do you say that? You don't think he's being an ass by any means, unless he's being one. But your internal monologue for your husband is not a bad, it's not a bad. If you read a message and didn't even have any sort of context, you already know he's not being a dick, unless he was being one early in the morning. But you see him saying, like.
But even then, like, so in the morning.
Right.
Just like you, I talk a lot.
Right.
You know,
I do too.
yeah. We both can relate on
right.
that. I mean, we can't relate for the other person,
right.
but
we know.
But we talk a lot,
Mhm.
and when people are not morning people, they don't like that. And I can see it on his face.
Yeah. Like, hey,
on the way to the gym, I have 30 thoughts. I say maybe 5 of them, and that's too much. But and you can read that, and it's not that he's like being a jerk by like not being annoyed by me,
right.
That I'm purposely trying to harm him by talking too much.
Right.
It's just how we are,
right.
And like you just kind of read the room,
mm-hmm.
and then I zip my mouth,
right?
And
then you get Chatty Cathy. Well, other people get Chatty Cathy with you at the gym, and you can't get a workout in. Justin can, but you can't.
So. That's a whole nother thing.
I know.
That's a whole nother thing.
Sorry.
So I learned you just don't talk to too many people at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a few. There's a few that like I say, hi, how are you?
Right.
But I know they're not going to take up a lot of my time because they're serious in the gym. I'm serious in the gym. What's bad is when somebody knows that you're married and then purposely like kind of harasses you at the gym.
Right.
Which is why I had to switch gyms.
Right.
I told you that, right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah, like I literally like couldn't get, like I was going earlier and I started at 4 a.m. I ended up going at 3 a.m. to try to avoid these people. And then I still had dude there coming and trying to work into my hip thrust. Guys don't even use that machine very often. And then you have like him like working in on my hip thrusts.
There's so many machines. Like why, first off, you're a guy, why are you working on hip thrust right now?
Yeah. Like if you wanted to try it, like how it all started was I was like, yeah, try it out. You know what I mean? Like, because everybody was commenting on, I had 8 plates on there. So like that was a big deal and like whatever. And like, so I was being nice and doing the things that get me in trouble. Like, associating with people.
Right. That's unfortunate.
And then it turned into just like constant like interruptions.
Beelining for you, like so you come in the gym, hey, it's like
and it's just like there's 10 people in the gym at 3 a.m.
That's ridiculous.
Like let me just I'm obviously here because I don't have time to deal with people.
Right. No, I've seen you at the gym before. I talk more than anybody does. And I know for a fact I have like good 3 minutes with you. And I want to be respectful of your time and like, hey, all right, boom, high five, get after it.
Yeah.
It's just like, but people are just doing this thing where they're thinking you're obviously married and you have a ring on and you're at the gym and Justin's there sometimes and he's cool as hell, but there's no reason for these men to be coming up to you. Like, I don't get it. And I get what the women call the ick factor. Maybe not so much if you're single, but like you're married, like, and it's a whole different story. And you guys are there once in a while together and stuff like that. They can obviously tell. And what I like about you too is how you carry yourself at the gym as a married woman, way different than mine did. Way different than my ex-wife did.
And you've seen me within 5 minutes of talking to somebody, I've name dropped Justin.
Right.
Like, and it's not
absolutely
even like and it's not even to just be like I'm married, leave me alone. It's just he's literally my best friend.
Right.
Like that's
and he's caught me around the corner doing some something. I mean, like
literally, like it's gonna come up in conversation. Yeah. It's the person I'm with the most.
Right. Exactly. I saw Justin one time at the gym. He's like, "Hey, Felicia's here." I'm like, "Where's she? Where's she?" So right over there, I'm like, "Oh, okay, there she is." Probably with the other guy that was trying to watch you do the hip thrusters, with the 800 pounds or whatever.
Man.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. But,
yeah. So that's a sore subject.
Yeah.
No.
But it's fun. I mean, like people just don't. I think people take your kindness for weakness sometimes, and that kind of parlays into, people. I want to talk about one individual. I think that deserves to be talked about. And there's a bunch. I think that everyone's great, but I think that one of my fave mentees. He's his name's Russell, and he's
shout out to Russell. He's gonna come on here eventually. Yeah, get him.
He's gonna be on here. He's funny, and every mentee that I've had, they all have interesting stories. But what's really neat about him is that he did things that I don't think people understand. That he went into debt, bought a $4,000, $5,000 lens, from not Canon, but whoever makes it. He has a Sony FX3. Bought an FX3 for like $4,000 used or whatever. Bought the lenses that were necessary. Did all these things, went into debt. And I told him, if you keep doing this and you work for free, and you and I know about working for free. So for some reason, either it's time, which is based on attention to your craft, or it's money, which is an entry point into the place you want to be, or it's both. And the one you can't get around is the hard work, the work that you have to put in, and the things you have to set up. Like I was working with this company called SBH, and one of my buddy Jay O'Sullivan, he's super great guy. He's one of my best friends. Went to high school together at Santa Rosa High School, played basketball together. But he invited me out with the CEOs, and he does all the marketing for them. But he invited me out for 2 years. It took me 2 years in order to get a contract with these guys. So we would go out, they take me to dinner or whatever, and it wasn't like, he said, this is my good friend. He didn't say he did videos. He's a filmmaker. And then he kept saying the next year, he's like, maybe you could do some videos for us. They're like, oh, we don't do, you're just starting those things up, those conversations up. But those things take time. And I go back to what Russell did. He worked for me for free at WPT, the World Poker Tour. He also did WSOP. But he came and interned, held cameras, did the necessary things, worked for 2 weeks at WPT for probably 10 hours a day for free during the Christmas time. And before that, he worked for 2 months for WSOP. Now he works at WSOP making a crap ton of money, being 23 years old. People just see his life going, man, it's charmed. Well, no. The kid was making fucking sandwiches at fucking not Jersey Mike's, but whatever that place is called. I don't. Another place he used to, but I don't want to get Jersey Mike's shout out. But
I was like, I don't even know.
Right? He's gonna be serious, but he literally was like kind of a manager / worker, making $20 an hour, $18 an hour, fucking busting his ass. When he didn't have a camera in his hand, busted his ass making sandwiches. He wasn't too proud or anything like that. The kid just did what was necessary, and that's the whole talk about today. And I'm not gonna make it about anybody else except for myself. But
we're gonna kind of make it a little bit more personal. But in general, this is a topic that, like, I think in all industries, not just the film industry, not just the arts industry. I think a lot of people, in general, don't want to take accountability for their own actions. They don't want to put in the work, and then they wonder why no opportunities are ever given to them. Why they think that they are owed these opportunities that they've never even worked for. People think just because you go to school, you're automatically going to get something. No, that's not how that works. Yes, you put in the time in school, but you still have to put in the work to build a skill. And you're not building a skill by reading a book and taking a test. So there's a lot more to it than just an opportunity being given. There's the work behind it, things that you don't see, the grind every day. The meetings and the things, the networking events and all these things that you went to before you got this opportunity. That was 2 years of different things that, kissing butt at an event because you got to talk and you got to network and build relationships. And like, that's not always easy. And you don't even know if there's going to be an opportunity at the end. You are literally just throwing it out there and taking a risk.
That's it. Life's about a lot of things, but I would say the easier part, the simplest way I want to put it is that life is whatever in your opinion, but life is about trying over and over again. Life is about failure. It's less about winning. It's more about the process. And I have to tell myself that every single day. I went into to get personal, I went into a kind of a small bit of a depression like the last month and a half or so, because something was coming up inside of my soul where I just I didn't feel like not right in my skin, but I just didn't feel. I wasn't. I was procrastinating, and I wasn't doing some of the things I needed to be doing needs to that a person that's successful in film needs to be doing. So I wasn't doing those things.
You weren't putting the reps in.
I wasn't.
Like you were doing the things that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And
right.
slacking on the things that you didn't want to do.
Yeah.
And like I remember when we met like a couple weeks ago to catch up, we did a little lunch and catch up, and you were like kind of off.
Yeah.
Your whole like vibe was just down, which isn't your personality at all.
No, not at all. And that's where you catch that too as well, because I mean it's an easy catch with me because me being an Aries, Aries typically where you always know relationship wise or whatever, friendship, whatever that might be, where you stand with an Aries, because the Aries, we just wear everything outside of our bodies.
And I just read people really
well. And you exactly.
So.
No, for sure, exactly. And also too, I don't think I'm a hard person to read at all, because when I'm sad, I'm sad.
Honestly, most people aren't. It's just whether or not you're paying attention.
That's exactly it. That's a really great thing. That's what friends do. Friends pay attention to other friends. And that's another thing.
And I said something too.
You did, which I love.
I didn't just let you be that energy. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah. And then
which makes a big difference. Most people are scared to even bring up things.
Yeah. And I like the fact that you did that, because it gets me out. Because, I didn't want to go that day out, but like because I'd been a lot, and I, wasn't saying really no to jobs. I said no to a job a little while ago, but because I'm just not interested in. That's another thing too as well. I think my whole where I'm desiring is a little bit different, and I don't know where I exactly fit. And it's interesting because I'm older now, so I don't know if I want
30, right?
Yeah, I'm 30 years old. 30's never felt better. I just don't. Yeah, I just didn't know if those sort of things that were sustaining me, made me feel good about film and stuff like that. So I've like taken a step back a little bit, but also too embracing the things. I'm like, it made me embrace the things that what do I want to do? What do the next 10 or 15 years look like for me as far as working in this industry? And not to say anybody, and if you're looking at this, you're looking me up, Lee Cummings or whatever. I go by Zell. I've changed my name, Zell Astin, which was awesome because I lost my Instagram account, which I don't know why. It was probably Russell's fault, because he's sending me these young people saying you crazy stuff sometimes. I don't know why my Instagram got canceled, but anyway. But yeah, no, I introspectively, I look inside myself first when there's a problem. And we had talked a little bit, and you kind of gave me an epiphany. I'm like, wait a minute, the problem, I'm not liking some of the things that I'm seeing some other mentees doing, and there's nothing wrong with them. I was looking at their lives as opposed to looking at my own. And anytime you're going outwardly on something and going as hard as somebody else, it's really something that you see inside of them that they're doing that you don't like about you. Exactly. It's exactly it. It's a mirror. So I had to really pay attention to that and start looking at that. And then that helped me get out of where I was, like it just, I wasn't saying there's true depression in this world. I'm not saying anybody is slightly depressed. It's not. I just know my own self. I would never do anything to myself, harm myself. But I know that, because I have a great friend, Maurice Travis, and he's a dope therapist. He's like, man, it gets crazy, because he was in something like that way back when he was in college. It's like, it can happen. And you get so down and so whittled down by thoughts and things like that, because you're isolating, self-isolation. I was doing a little bit of that. It wasn't going to hurt myself, but it just started, like, oh, wait, I'm starting to self-isolate. I don't want to go out.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me? And I love seeing people, but, it was really good. The timing was great. Me and seeing you, I went on a trip, me and Russell and Ryan went to, which I love Ryan. We went to LA to do a project. I'm going to show you later that video.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget.
I won't forget.
Because we were supposed to do that before we came up here.
But SBH was great. My buddy Jay O'Sullivan, known him since high school. He got me the job with these guys. And now it's kind of an ongoing thing. But I really like, the Brevo and Eagle Eye. They're two of these, when you pull your car up to like a gated community, like you guys probably have it, where it's on your license plate, Eagle Eye will look down at your license plate and the door will open up, or the gate will open up. So a lot of those things. And so I'm working for this big company that does that, and they're pretty badass. We're one of the largest companies in the United States. So I get the chance to now work with them like every other month. And then I have this other gig now that I'm doing, which It's called Air Reach Medical, and they're on helicopters. And when you're flying a helicopter, if you wake up on a helicopter, you're probably gonna die. If you're in an accident, because they're trying to get you to a hospital quickly, and they can't do it by road, and it's serious. It's really, really serious. It's not just broken arm or something like that. It's a serious injury that's happened to you. But anyway, I do videos for them, and that has been a really cool thing for me to do. And I really like doing that work. And I'm doing less shooting these days too as well. And I know that I'm not really wanting to shoot that much as I have been, but I will. But that's why I kind of took up photography, which was like, it's a lighter camera and stuff like that. So I don't know, things are changing for me, but
I feel like you're trying to find your purpose. Like
my second win.
Really want, yes.
My second win.
Because you're kind of in this mix of like, I don't know. And I feel like there's usually a disconnect with like a purpose when you're in that.
Yeah. I know that I like to help people, but I also know that now the industry is changing a little bit because we have this potential, TV show that, I'm not going to even talk about it. Could happen or not happen, but stay on the positive side. I think it's going to happen. And I won't say who it's with, but it's somebody pretty big. And we'll see if it happens. But
once it blows up, we'll have it back on.
Oh, I know, right? I'm like, I'll have my sunglasses on. Like, look, take the sunglasses off. Stop trying to.
I'll bring in a director chair for you and everything.
Like, cut! No, but I would. For the show, I would not be directing. I would be executive producing, which is like more main.
You still get a chair, right?
I get a chair. I can sit around, and I
don't even know how many chairs are there.
There's a ton sometimes. And they have people's names on them, stuff like that, or not. Sometimes they just have the production name, but like when we had directorship, when I directed Starlight with Mitchell Altieri, dope director, and it was like my brother too as well. We directed this movie together, Starlight, and we had our own chairs, and no one was allowed to sit in the chairs. It was like and it said Starlight, and it said, I think did it have a name on it? It said Starlight, but it said directors or whatever. It was all nice. And you couldn't sit in those chairs. I mean, you weren't allowed. People were afraid, do not sit and leave. We're not meeting people.
So if your TV show goes through, I need a picture in your chair.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
I win.
Of course. You're like, look at this.
I'm not scared.
I mean, it's a producer's chair, but
I get kicked out. That's all right.
I don't know. I mean, if the show happens, it literally will be like the craziest thing ever. I mean, so I don't know.
We'll celebrate.
Yeah. It'll be a lot of fun.
I'll bring treats and then nobody will be mad. I'll be in their chair.
Well, trust me. You bring treats. The cinema rolls, people are like, them lives is changing. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, so it has been quite the journey for 2025.
It's almost over.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I cannot believe where we are right now.
Started.
It did. And it's now another year down. I'm just, the time stinks because it does go by faster when you do get older. And I know what my mom always says. But the biggest thing for me that's happening is that each year that goes by, I probably have about 25 summers left if I'm being lucky. I'm 50.
That's like the third time you've said that.
25 summers gives me to 80, what is it, 89? No, 79. I mean, if I could live to be 80, listen, I want to live as long as I can use the bathroom by myself.
Fair. I get that. If I can't do things for myself, it's
I mean, somebody's gonna wheel me in somewhere. Yeah, I mean, if you want to wheel me in, wipe my butt, I might get it.
It's like the same thing as having a dog that can't do anything itself. Like our dog that we had to put down. Yeah. Remy. He got to the point where he couldn't go to the bathroom. We had to put him down. You know what I mean? If I'm like that, just
And it's not. I know people have. She loves her dog and stuff like that. But people out there, it's just. If you love your animals, stuff like that, I think the best thing you can do for animals, my mom was probably not going to say this, but, I was not mad at my mom because she's an amazing woman, but more of, little Jesse was I think 17 or 18. And he had 3 teeth or something like that. Mom, he ended up passing on his own, and I'm not happy about that. I'm more happy that my mom, I can see her now, because she's going to be out here in December. So I'm really excited about that. See my mama.
I get to meet Mama.
You do. And she's funny. You're gonna crack up. I get all my comedy from her because she's such a personable person, so, but she's very, I don't have much of an edge, but I have a little bit of edge, but Mom, ain't no edge on her. Zero. Just love. That's it. You'll see it. You're gonna see her face. Hey girl. Girl, you can cook. I mean,
I'll make her some treats.
Oh, she'll be very, very happy. I'm telling you so much. But yeah. So I think the thing is that I think the biggest part about this conversation today was more about working the hardest you possibly can. But with that being said, I think the biggest part, doing work that you know that your soul or intrinsically inside of your own body that you want to do. And just because money is things that makes the world go around a little bit doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do things. I mean, I turned down a job down. I'm not saying I'm bragging or anything like that because I did need the money, but I turned the job down that didn't really feed what I was really into.
Well, and here's the side. So you can solely focus on exactly what you want to do, right? Especially if you have money and everything's good, and you can take that risk and you can focus on that. And art stuff is usually where that lies, right? Like people in music and film and art.
Yeah. Music, whatever.
Yeah, all of that in general. All of that usually takes a lot. It usually doesn't pay a lot. And
right.
I mean, just literally, like, you would think people who work in the film industry make consistent money, but that's not true.
Right.
And I don't think a lot of people realize it's not like you just get hired on as a producer. Now you're just producing and making a salary. Like, that's not how it works. And I don't know if there are a lot of people that have a false sense of that, but that's the reality.
What I can say this right now, and I'll just say, I know the kind of work you do and how much you post. I'll say anybody this: if you don't know how the film industry, how it is, I mean, it's easier for, I think, both of us to become, and this is not being light of anything, maybe not a doctor so much, a nursing for sure, but I think I could become a lawyer faster than the amount of time that I took. I could be a dope lawyer. I could be working for DUI doctor. We have to put that in there. Shout out to Adam, Vander Hayden. Adam's is a dope guy, but I could literally, like right now, if I told, I'm smart, I could go potentially pass the LSAT. I could start working for Adam and probably making great money. I mean, it might take me 2.5, 3 years or something like that, maybe, but I'm still with the amount of money that I would be making would be way more than I would have made. And I would tell everybody like this. The film industry is exactly like this. Start a podcast and try to make money. That is the film industry. And maybe even worse.
Make any money.
That's what I'm saying. No. But you have to put in the work. Those are reps. If you think or become a YouTuber and become paid YouTuber, that is exactly the film industry. You have an easier chance of becoming a paid YouTuber.
But actually, here's the thing too. There are many, many people who don't realize how much work content is. They think it's a fun, easy job and that you're not really working, and maybe you're working like an hour a day. I spend hours every single day recording, editing. Even if I batch record, I still spend hours editing every day and posting. So like in the podcast alone, I probably have 6 hours a week doing stuff for the
easily.
podcast, whether that's, reaching out for guests, setting things up, recording,
pushing out. I mean, it takes forever.
Yeah, like literally everything. And a lot of people think that it's easier than what it is too. So it's not even
extremely hard. I had a podcast until I didn't. It was grand opening, grand closing. It is so much work. If you don't have your why, you said, the reason we talked today, you said, I have my why. If you don't have your why in anything, you're not going to be successful.
I have my why and my purpose.
Absolutely.
I think this resonates with people. I want to talk about the messy parts of life. I want people to realize that it's not all shiny things in everyone's life and we all have crap. Believe me, I don't post my crap. Who does? But we all have crap. So let's talk about it on Messy on Purpose.
Absolutely.
And it makes everybody feel like they're not alone in their mess. And that's the whole idea behind this whole podcast. Granted, I do try to bring on people to talk about businesses and stuff like that because that's messy too, right? And I love small business. I love seeing small businesses grow. That is what the foundation of our country is on. Right.
Absolutely.
And so there's a lot of why and purpose within this, and that keeps me going. This episode will be number 52.
Jeez.
So I have done 52. I have consistently posted at least one episode. Few of them are 2 episodes on a Monday, but I've consistently done one episode every Monday since December of last year.
That, you guys, I mean, it's incredible, Felicia. It really is. I know what the work is because I've done it. That's another thing too. If you think that you know something and you have never done something, step in somebody's shoes for a second. I know how hard it is because I haven't had quote unquote real cameras, real lights, quote unquote, like, and regardless, no matter how much stuff you have and how cool you can make it, at the end of the day, you still have to put out content.
Yep.
You do.
And the sad part too is like people don't even realize even these small businesses have to put out content. You own, so I have someone coming on the next podcast that I'm recording that owns a bakery. Can you imagine running a bakery? You have to be in that. You're baking, you're cooking, you're doing all of these things that, there's so much to that small business. And then on top of it, if you don't have the right employees, you're in the business.
See, that's what I want to talk. I mean, I want to agree. I definitely want to be here with that because I had a chance to work for a guru. His name was Michael Gerber. He wrote a book called The E-Myth. And Sarah, she baked cookies. And inside this book, so Sarah, she's a fictitious woman or whatever. She's not real. But what they said about Sarah in the book, he talks about the entrepreneur myth. The E-Myth is just because you're good at something doesn't mean you're going to be good at business in that same something.
That's very true. And then on top of it, now you have all this business that you're doing, this thing that you turned into a business that you're good at. Maybe you know business, maybe you don't. But then on top of it, now you have to know marketing and you have to know social media because social media is a must. If you don't have an Instagram page, you're already failing as a business. Yeah. If you don't have a Google page, you're already failing as a business. And like there's so many little things you have to do. I mean, you want to start up like doing more photography, more like
exactly
consistently. In order to do that, we have to set up all of this stuff just for your photography business because otherwise people are like, well, I don't want to hire you because I don't know what you do.
Right. I'm going to do something really minor. I think I'm just going to do the headshots I did with Chris. Shout out to Chris. Allowed me to shoot him. And who else did I shoot in my house? I shot someone else with some headshots at my house.
But there was another guy. I think.
Was it Jeremy? No.
I don't know him.
Oh, you don't?
It was like outside. It wasn't at your house, or maybe.
Oh, that was Scott. I think it was Scott.
Okay.
He was a student, but Scott, I just wanted to work with this one camera that I had, so I got a brand new camera or whatever. And I wanted to try some shots, but I wanted to do things, and I wanted to somehow come up with something really clever, and maybe let ChatGPT help out a little bit. But basically, I want people to pay what they think that these photos are worth for them. You take some photos for an hour session with me, and at the end of the hour session, once you get the photos back, pay what you want. I think this girl, Sarah Grebe, I think is her name, Sarah Grebe, a longtime friend way back in the day from my old days of Santa Rosa. I live here now, but she said she did that with a lot of her coaching that she did for people. She said 9 times out of 10, you'll be like a lot surprised that, they'll pay you what you think you're worth, and if they don't, for whatever reason, they don't think that they want to pay a lot of money or whatever, a little bit of money, whatever. It doesn't matter. I think that I want people to get something out of it too as well, while I'm, learning my craft more on photography side, which is kind of the same, but not really. But learning but I don't want people to overpay for things. So I feel really good with that. But I think I want to come up with something like that, something cool and catchy that allows people to get some headshots done at my house, kind of like cinematic or whatever, black background and cool stuff. And we'll have this up fairly soon when you see this. So it'll be up.
I've been pushing him.
Yeah.
I've been pushing him. And I'm pushing you to go to networking events. We're going to hit one next week.
Yes.
You're going to come with me
we're
on
also
Thursday.
We're also going to do the podcast. When you do the live podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'll be, the live podcast won't be until January. Yeah.
But we're going to do one here.
But yeah, we'll do.
That's awesome. No.
We're going to possibly do Monday.
Yeah, we're going to do Monday. I want to do that because I don't think I have anything happening Monday. So
yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But
I'm happy. I mean, I'm really excited. I mean, I want to tell you guys something too as well. And this woman over here, when you have friends, and I was going to talk about this a little bit. When I went down to LA with Russell, and this is why I talk about self-isolation. When you're sad and you feel like a bit depressed, you have to stay around people. I'm not saying by any means, by me saying I'm depressed or whatever, I don't know what true depression is because I don't want anybody coming for me in the comments. I do want to say that,
everybody deals with it differently.
Right.
I don't even want to hear anyone say
I don't either. I mean, I'm saying, all I'm saying
because everybody deals with it different.
Yeah. I'm just saying, all I'm trying to say is that I know some of the terms because my friend's a therapist, and he's like, the biggest thing is to not self-isolate. And this is the first thing I did. I'm like, wait a minute. I just know, I'm self-isolating right now. Why am I not getting around other people? And when that energy happened, when you got me out and we had some tacos, and then when I went down with Russell, it was so great to be with people and then seeing Jay and one of his CMOs or whatever, it just got me out of my funk.
And that's what it takes sometimes. You got to get out. Like even, so I've been asked a few times because I've gotten like severely burnt out the last month and a half, probably. Like just can't focus, motivation down, whatever. But like I get asked multiple times, what do you do when you get burnt out? I keep going. Do you want to know why I keep going?
Why?
Because eventually it's going to fade. Eventually something's going to excite you. Eventually you're going to like, something's going to happen because you're going to continue to go. If you just stop and take a break, nothing changes.
Right.
So how am I going to get excited again if nothing changes? Like I'm not going to lie, a little bored with doing Messy on Purpose. Okay.
Right.
It's the same thing. I'm editing. Like it's a lot of freaking work.
Right.
But I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep doing this because this is 52 episodes. You know what I mean? Like I can't stop now because what happens? And then I'm not going to take a week off because if I take a week off, that could have been the week that something could have changed.
They call it 3 feet from gold.
So why would you stop? You know what I mean?
Well, you said it today. You said the only way you don't win, and this is I've got some calls from some people that believe that they should be picked first because they're just in line, but it doesn't work that way.
You can't stand still and expect something to happen. Waiting in line isn't going to get you there.
No, you gotta be the one that's looking around the corner going, hey man, are you going to move or should I just move up forward? You've got to be in motion.
Or stand out in the crowd by doing the extra work. Doing the work in general sometimes is all it takes.
I also want to go back a little bit and say this, that I know that you do, and reason why the things slough off for you, not maybe easily because, my pain isn't any worse than yours and yours is not any greater than mine. It's a respect level that we have for people's pain. But being active, being in the gym, I wasn't working out.
And that was one of my questions when
you said
immediately.
Working out? I said no. And I already know. I know better. If you're in motion, a body that is in motion tends to stay in motion. So doesn't mean I'm not going to be a little bit sad, but I might not be as depressed because there's a lot of endorphins. I mean, you and your husband work out all the time. I was hitting the gym it goes way fast. You hadn't seen me for a little bit, but I looked crazy. It was nuts. I was get my 6-pack back and all this kind of stuff, and you just hit the gym and then you don't. And then you just get in this funk.
And it's easy to be like, oh, I'm going to take a day off. And then the next day, one more day. And then, I'll start again next week.
That's what I did.
And then it ends up never starting again. I mean, I took a few days off, but I never solely just stopped.
I have,
yeah. And a lot of that is just because I know how much it helps me.
Yeah.
And it's not because I love it so, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But, I don't love it so much that I'm motivated to go every day.
Right.
9 times out of 10 when I'm up and I'm trying to wake up and go to the gym, I'm just I'm not feeling this today. Mm-hmm. But once I get moving and stuff, it usually gets better. If it doesn't, it just was it wasn't the best workout, but at least I got a workout in.
That's exactly
right. And that's what consistency looks like. It's not being consistently the same every single day. It's an up and down roller coaster of doing something because you're working towards something, regardless of how you feel that day and regardless of how much effort. Maybe today you got 10% in, tomorrow you'll get 80, and then the next day it'll be 30, and then it's 50. And it goes up and down, up and down. It's not 100% straight line.
See that? I want this is a jewel right here, because what she's saying that goes above and beyond just working out. If you look at your relationship will be going for, heterosexual, homosexual, whoever you are, it will fucking go like this. And a lot of people that leave relationships, they had bad parenting because they never saw somebody fail. They think that things are always going to go like this, and it's not. Life is going to be messy. And it might be on purpose and it might not be, but I got to tell you something about it. It's going to be messy it really is.
And if you embrace it, the on purpose comes in, right? Yeah. So if you're not looking for perfection, because perfection is just, it's not possible. It's really not in anything. You're never going to have perfection. Right. The people that are waiting to take action because they're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect situation, the perfect amount of funds in their bank account, whatever the excuse is, it's excuses. Just embrace the mess and make it on purpose. Oh, okay. That is really what it comes down to.
Yeah, you know what? I hate you. But when you're saying that, and I'm going, and I'm listening, because it resonates with everything. I'll just say for me, and I'm not gonna put everybody else, but it does resonate for everybody. Like I've been working on this movie, Rochambeau, and I keep trying to recut things and try. What if I do this or put an AI piece in here? Guess what, Lee? It's not going to be perfect, and that is such a great way to look at your life. That's just going, you know what? This is messy. Let's just see what everybody else thinks about it. That's all you can. That's all. All you can do is just put in the work. And if it's good or not good, people are going to perceive it the way they're going to perceive it, and that's it. I can't control that.
And you could get it to where you thought it was absolutely perfect, and there will still be people who do not think it's perfect.
Oh,
there will be everything is perspective, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to see something different than you do.
Mm-hmm.
A great example is we're looking at this house that we just put in an app in, and when you look at this area of the house, Justin sees it one way, I see it the other. That is exactly how people see everything you do. All the content that I put out, every episode I put out, I have an opinion on what I think about it.
Right.
But that doesn't matter because I'm not the one watching it.
Right.
It's everybody else. And there's good comments, there's bad comments. Guess what? I don't care which one's which. I really don't. I don't even read the comments because
I got a bad comment. I'm going to cry.
Yes. Oh my God, I felt so bad I didn't post any more clips.
No, I wasn't sad. I mean, after you told me, like, Lee, I'm like, all right, I get it. And like people, like, that was my experience. I mean, people, you know what it is that people. Okay, I won't say anything.
We're all opinionated, right?
We are, and some of us are dumber than other people. I can tell you that right now.
Well, that's a fact, and I think a lot of people too think that they're right and can't see from another perspective, and a lot of that goes with mindset, right? Like the reason I can read people so well is because I can see from other people's point of view. I can study like how you are. I know your
my nuances of
gestures and like your facial expressions and the way you're talking, your ups and downs. Like I pay attention to all of that stuff. I can figure out if a person's a good person in about 10 minutes.
I can tell you right now, Gen X can do it probably in less time than that, but you're great. Because we had to live with microaggressions when we were coming around and we were, little. And a lot of people who are Gen Xers that are like between like, let's just say 70 to like maybe 80 something, 80-ish or 85. Gen Xers, we had to read. My dad was in Vietnam. I mean, like, he was in a war, and like, he's not alive today, and I love him to death. But like, my mom knows, like, we were like on pins and needles. Like, I'm looking at him like he's off a little bit. If I come in here, and like, me being little, talking like crazy, 100 miles a minute, as fast as I talk.
Just smaller version of what he is now.
Yeah, exactly. Probably a little bit cooler too because I had hair and an afro, so it's like
Apparently, we found out earlier. I like to hang out with bald men. So.
It's true. Justin's bald. I like to. I gotta get. Justin's his is real clean too. I gotta see what kind of razor he's using because he's a nice bald head. He's a nice bald head. But yeah, she's a baldess basically. So we just she's bald people.
They're my people.
Yeah, we're her people. So. But yeah, I mean, it's just, this is
it's all a perspective, and like I just think a lot of people are so shallow-minded. So something that like I've had to come to the conclusion of in like my self-growth is like there's a lot of people that I've distanced myself from just in general. We're just different people. There's no point, right? And changing someone's perspective when they don't even know there's anything wrong with the way they're thinking about something. I can't make them think a different way.
No, you can't.
And sometimes when people treat you a certain way, like a bad comment, my favorite is the bad comment with no profile picture. But anyways, so like these people are like lashing out and they don't even know why they're doing it.
Right.
They don't understand why. They don't know why they're thinking. They don't even know that there's an issue that they need to work out. Because what it is we talked about it earlier. It's you're deflecting from yourself, and that's why you're putting all of this stuff out there and talking trash about other people and things like that. And when you don't know that there's something wrong to be able to fix it, how do you fix it? So you have to come to the peace that these people are just the way they are, and you can't help them.
No.
You can't make them make a change. You can try, but like if it doesn't work, you have to just let them be.
Yeah. That's tough for me, and I've learned that through the years. And I think that part of my learning is maybe getting me ready for something different. But part of my learning is that my mom would always say, "Don't let people steal your joy." you know, and I'm now getting to a point now that I don't care. I mean, I put out always positive energy, but I don't care what people think about me. That's the kind of crazy thing. So
me.
It's a learned thing for me. For you,
I lost that.
You know, yeah, I know you did. I know. But I've always been like, you know, I have to be liked or just.
I used to be like that.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it was the transition from, even in Colorado, I'd say like I cared more. Something between moving to Colorado and here did it for me, and I think a big chunk of it was actually 75 hard, believe it or not.
Oh, was it really?
So it was the first time we did it.
Oh, the first time you guys did it.
And we did it in the middle of moving from Colorado to here.
Right.
And so it was very
You guys were getting out of the car, walk in and work out.
We are coming here for a week and, you know, looking for a house and still having to walk in a monsoon. We didn't even know what a monsoon was until we moved here. And so, like, I don't know, like, it was something with that consistency we just talked about, right? Like, doing these things every single day. Yes, not every day was great. Maybe I did 2 walks instead of a gym workout and a walk or whatever, but I got 2 workouts in still. Mm-hmm. And, like, my consistency might have been like this on the percentage, but it was consistent overall.
Absolutely.
And something at the end of that gives you this sense of confidence in who you are. Mm-hmm. And when you have real confidence, and I'm not talking about the fake confidence, let me put on my Rolex, let me flex, let me show you what I have. I'm talking about real life confidence in yourself. Everyone's opinion around you doesn't matter anymore. Right. Like even at work. So like I'm pretty confident in who I am. So I have never been in a place of work where I say my opinion as often as I do now. Mm-hmm. Like if something's not right, I tell them. Right. Or if I don't feel like something's working, I tell them. Mm-hmm. Or if I am having an issue with something, I tell them. Whereas before, I would kind of stay in the shadows. Okay. And it's one of those things that I can't even explain the feeling, but it feels so good. And if you need to do 75 hard still. Yeah. And it changes your life. And like that happened about 4.5 years ago for me. And it has been such a change moving here. I would have never before that did the acting, did the modeling, did the half the crap that I've done. I don't know. I mean, I was on a Netflix set. Like, you know, I would not have done that before. Right.
That's awesome. No, that's wonderful.
Or this. You think I would have did this? Or social media posts? No.
No, not at all.
No,
even the growth from just acting and modeling to what you are now is completely different.
Yeah.
Setting all this stuff up and stuff like that. I love it.
I started a podcast because I felt the need to start a podcast.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome.
And I've been consistent with it. And like that, again, the consistency of that.
Consistency is the key to most everything, I guess, you know.
And you have to stick with something too. That's something I've also learned. Mm-hmm. So me and Justin were talking about like how we just feel like we haven't grown fast enough, right? Mm-hmm. We're in our middle 30s. Like we don't feel like we've came far enough. We came a long way actually, but like to us, it's like we haven't came far enough. And then I was like, well, really, if you think about it, we haven't stuck with anything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? For a long period of time, we've switched jobs, we've tried different things, but we've never really consistently done something. Wow. And so, like, I would say for consistency purposes, he's been very consistent with real estate, and it is getting, you know, better and better and better. And like that's kind of like how that looks, right? It's it's not a straight shot either way. It's a
wavy,
but it took experience and it took learning things and it took reps, right? You're dealing with many, many people before you even get your first deal done. And then on top of it, now you're waiting on your commission check. Like,
it's also commercial real estate too, which is even, I mean, it's hard. Both are hard, but I had some friends, my buddy Romish did commercial real estate, and getting those leases, and it's a mess, man. It can be really, it's tough.
And it's a job. It's not guaranteed money.
No, it's not.
You're a temporary contractor. You're working for yourself, so you're basically owning your own business in a sense. It's just a service-based business, and it's not guaranteed money, and a lot of people can't take that risk.
Right.
I mean, luckily for us, it's a little easier because I have steady income, but like even then, I think you would still take the risk. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like, I feel like that's another thing people miss is taking risk.
Mm.
So if you're not taking risks, you're not going to go anywhere.
They're not.
You know, like
that's pretty much. I mean, it kind of sums up everything a little bit. I mean, like we talked about Russ a little bit, how he took a risk on buying that, and you know, film, anything you do. I mean, this applies to everything. I mean, you got to take a risk in most anything if you're going to be successful, and you have to be willing to lose it all and fail. I mean that.
Yeah, and sometimes you're gonna do double work for a long time. Like maybe you are single and you're going into something like film or real estate or something that's more of like all over the place work, not consistent income.
Right.
But you need consistent income.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because you don't have savings or you don't come from a family that has any money, or like maybe you're in the projects and you want to get the freak out, like, you know what I mean? Like there might be those situations where in a weird time where the economy is like kind of strange, you know what I mean? And so maybe you have to work 40 hours a week, but guess what? You have at least 4 or 5 before you go to bed that you're watching Netflix. Guess what you can do with those? Work towards the thing that you really want to do.
True.
It's how much you want to put into it and what you really want to get out of life.
Yeah, you're right. No, for sure, 1,000%. You just like you said, just be willing to put in the work without seeing the result and be a part of the main thing is, you know, knowing that the process of how you got there, or what, you know, that's the most important part, the process.
Mm-hmm. It's
not about, I mean, too many people, myself included, look at the end result, like, how do I get there? And visualize yourself from 0 to 100, but you didn't do any sort of steps in between to get you there. So
it's not just going to happen. You're not going to wake up with a great opportunity or money in your bank account.
Some people could. They're like naturally rich. I mean, I think there's a few people that do. I always tell people, like, just because I went through something in the industry, you know, my lower levels, like kind of indie sort of level of making like $1 million horror feature, doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be your how you're going to get into it. You could hit it off and do a 15th that million. So don't take my experience as your own.
Well, no. Everyone's situation is going to be different, but it's still going to take work, no matter what you do. I think a lot of people look at, you know, someone. Let's use Elon, for example. Look at him. He's got money. He's, you know, done all these things, but nobody ever like really looks into, they're just like, oh, he just needs to pay more taxes. But nobody looks at the grind that it took to get there. The fact that this man literally works endlessly 24/7, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, it's not like he just made all this money and now he's just floating on a boat somewhere. No. He's still like in the grind, and like these successful people that you see and encounter or you see on social media, first of all, you're only seeing what you see on social media is the highlight reels. Yeah. You're not seeing the grind in between. Again, why I started this podcast is to talk about that grind in between. And then the other side of it too is, I know we always see where we're at and where we want to be, but enjoy the process. Yeah. So what I look at when that keeps me going is during the process, I'm looking at the skills I'm building, the things I'm getting better at. So the more videos I post, either the faster I get at it, the better I get at it, the way I learn to phrase things, maybe the things that I work on. So one of the things I noticed on podcasts when I'm editing is saying like. Me too. I say it, and then that's another one. But you say these things that are like filler words, and I can get better at that, right? The more I do this, the more I think about it, and the more I learn, the better I can get at the craft. And that is what you should be focusing on in that process. You shouldn't just focus on the end result. Absolutely. No, paying attention and also too, like, let's just, you know, utilizing some of the tools of YouTube. And I know people are going crazy about AI right now and chat and stuff like that, but I love AI. But they're some cool, you know, I don't necessarily know if they're coming for everybody's jobs, because everyone's saying all this stuff. And it's just like the internet, when the internet was brand new, you know, people were saying can't make money on it and stuff. We don't understand it, you know. I remember talking to my mom. She was like so adamant about, I'm never going to put a credit card online. I said, oh, we'll see about that. I told her, you know. Now everything's online. I told her 6 months ago, she's like, baby, I love shopping online. I'm like, I know you do. Told you. And it's coming from a woman who said to me, who's 75 years old, said, I'm never putting my credit card online. I'm like, I'm not going to buy anything. Now online. She's on Amazon. I
I get groceries at Amazon. Like I do my weekly shopping. I look at it on Monday. It's already they already have it already ordered before. I click a button. Whole Foods brings it between, 7 a.m. and 8 or 10 a.m.
The day that Costco gives that option,
Ooh, they're done.
I'm never shopping anywhere
Ever.
again.
Costco should do that because they could automatically lessen the footprint of gas. And that's what Whole Foods is doing. I mean, you know what they charge you? It's free if you spend over $25. And the foods, you get 365 there, all kind of meats and everything. I get all my everything. I get my coffee maker or whatever, the coffee thing, and my coffee, and put it all in the thing. It's about $30-something, but that's with a $5 tip. That's fine. I mean, if I can help somebody out and me not and waste my time.
Oh, I'd pay somebody plenty of money to go to Costco.
It's free. I mean, like as long as you spend over $25, so that's free. There's no thing there. It's zero, and then you just get $5 tips. I'm paying $30 for $25 of groceries every week or whatever I'm trying to get. That's badass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I wish
Costco's gonna do it.
So you can do it through Instacart.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? They should do them.
But
because
they
Whole
should
Foods
do
it themselves.
Yeah, if they would do it themselves.
Yeah.
I'm very close to just having somebody go for me.
Because it was what I like about it. It gives the drivers that go there don't have to be bogged. See, it's a system. They have people that internally that are not doing anything, that are working, that they want to give jobs to, that are at Whole Foods. Great. So when there's calls that are coming in for all these products, they're the ones going around because they know the store better than anybody else. Why am I walking around a store where I don't know where the milk is or where the Chipotle, seasoning is or something like that? Why am I doing that?
And I hate it when you go to the store and you're like searching for one thing, but you don't know where it's at.
I always end up going to Albertsons for me because Albertsons small and I know where everything is. I love Smith's, don't get me wrong, but
it's like something that you don't need very often, but like you don't know where to find it. Like that is the word.
And you can't find anybody to help you either.
Oh no.
That's like Target. If you need some help somewhere, they're always there when you don't want help, and when the red shirts disappear, you're done.
I can tell you, I haven't stepped foot in a Walmart, and I couldn't tell you how long because if I need something there, which isn't very often, but if I need something from there, I do the pickup.
Yeah. Okay. I see that. But yeah, Costco's the best one we just said today. Costco, if that
it's the only one that's missing right now.
Oh, dude, Costco runs
I don't really have any other reason to leave. I get everything else on Amazon.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, and I go to Vons, but usually I'm just grabbing a couple things and it's not very busy.
And the other place you mentioned today too as well, which was not on here, but mentioned earlier.
Oh, Winco.
The Winco's dope. The Winco's not great for everything, but it is great for a lot of other things.
And if you go early morning, it's dead.
It is?
Yeah.
Because at nighttime it's full as hell.
Yeah. That's because you want to go early morning. Okay. Everyone that
shops
there goes later, I think.
Like 9 or 8 in the morning?
I've went there as early as 7.
It's 24 hours, I forgot. Yeah.
I've been there at 7 and it's been completely dead.
I went there at 2 and I went to 11:30, 12. Or when somewhere around 1 a.m. It was kind of packed.
Yeah.
Everybody's hungry.
7 a.m. Because everyone that shops there for some reason sleeps in.
Exactly. Or they're up getting their food at 4 o'clock in the morning like me.
Yeah. So that's the time to go. I go there, so this is a fun fact. Mm-hmm. When I go shopping, I buy the same stuff, right? And I don't like to go shopping very often, so I buy a lot.
Oh.
And so when I go to Winco, I get a whole cart, probably 8 to 10 loaves of bread that I put in the freezer. So people look at me really weird.
She has 2 freezers too, by the way.
Yeah, I do. I have a deep freezer that I put all this in. And then another thing that happened one time, I used to, I stopped doing it because we overate on bananas. But
you can't actually overeat them. You can.
Yeah. No. Justin's brother actually went to the hospital for
too much
potassium from bananas. Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah. He ate a lot though, but it was more like, we just need to stop snacking on bananas.
Okay.
But what I would do is I would buy bundles. So I got 6 bundles, and then I would chop them up and
freeze them.
And then freeze them, and then they're like a little frozen snack or for smoothies. They work really great for ice cubes because then you don't have the ice in there,
right?
Causing air pockets and all of that stuff. I hate that in smoothies, so I always use bananas. Mm-hmm. So if you throw frozen bananas in, it's like a ice cube.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And then, but anyway, so we did that. And so there was one time in Costco, I had 6 bundles of bananas. And this lady comes up to me and she goes, "What are all those for?" And I'm like, "It's none of your business. What do you, why are you asking me about my bananas?" Or I had 3 of those big yogurts, which isn't even that many, I don't feel like.
No.
And in my cart one time, and somebody was like, "That's a lot of yogurt."
Can you guys be quiet, please?
Like, it's just always something. And let me tell you what, it doesn't happen if I have Justin with me.
See, it's funny. That's just so funny. People are just so nosy these days. So I don't know.
I don't know. It's just so weird. And like, I don't mind sharing things with people, but don't judge me because I got bananas and
What
yogurt
are
in my
that
cart.
for?
Well, you got 10 different frozen foods in your cart. You know what I mean?
I wish you could do frozen foods because it's just got too much sodium for me. But I like eating healthy, so
Yeah, I prefer real food. I can't do that frozen stuff.
I'm not doing that.
But like, I'll look in someone's cart that's judging me,
Right?
and it's like Hot Pockets and pizza rolls and frozen pizzas and like nothing of substance.
Not at all.
Crazy.
People are just wild. I mean, they try to take your own. That's what I'm saying. It's just people. If we just stay in our lane, and try to be kind and not try to know too much, and come out of love, I guess, at a certain situations or in any situations, like why do I have to report about what you have in your cart?
Yeah, why the freak does it
Just
matter?
keep your head straight and with your little cart and just what you got all those for? Who cares?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, that's super fun. So I hate going in public, but
Yeah, I'm not. We talked about today, like, I don't like crowds a lot, so I'm just kind of like, dipped away from like going to like major concerts or something like that. I mean, football games, stuff like that, a little bit different. I've been to a couple of football games and basketball games.
I like comedy shows, very small.
Yeah.
And small
No,
venues, But yeah, I don't do big crowds anymore. One, people are freaking crazy, and like there's too many crazy things happening, and I'm not getting caught up in a shooting on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of that, I want to start taking some classes to get better with like pulling my concealed.
You should go with my buddy. We should all go. He does classes. He's part of the NRA or something like that. But he just out of desert. He does all that stuff like the John Wick type stuff, pulling out and stuff like that.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah,
And, like
he was
from my
into the car.
purse.
Yeah, he was like going into the car, shooting a target too as well on a truck. And you're pulling out and looking under the tire. He's awesome.
Yeah, I want to do those. So sometime next year, let's make that happen.
Yeah, he's dope. He's brilliant.
And then I also want to get back into golf. So
yeah. I'm around, and Justin, man, the guy's really good.
We actually did one of those simulator things.
Oh, you did?
And it was actually a lot of fun. We want to do it again, and I was like, Lee's got to come
lessons
next time.
or something like that.
No, like just.
I saw you guys on. I saw you online.
Yeah. So I told him, I was like, Lee's got to come next time.
Yeah, they have that at Area 15. It's a bar because you can throw axes, but they also have another bar
that has we did the axe one instead of the golf that one.
Yeah.
But this one is like it's like a lounge area. It's a pool hall, and then it's got the golf simulators.
Can you bring your own clubs?
Yeah.
Oh, it's dope.
Yeah, because that was Justin's excuse why he didn't do so well.
Yeah, because he hits the crap out of the ball. Damn sure. So
I thought he was gonna break one of those flimsy things. So.
Yeah, those things. Always envisioned like I'd get so much practice and get one of those. What ends up happening when I get a device like that? Even if it was really really nice, I don't use it as much as I think I'm going to use it.
I think we do that a lot.
And getting outside is, you cannot replace outside in Vegas in wintertime because it's rained more in 5 years in 2 weeks or 3 weeks that I've been here ever. But we have great all around, so we got to get out there, get some jackets on, and hit the balls.
Yeah, we're going to make that happen.
It's going to be fun. I can't wait.
But yeah, those are my 2 things next year. I was going to do a bikini comp, and I think I decided I don't want to because one, I'm just not into it.
Okay.
Like I could care less, honestly.
And then golf.
And then I think I'm just gonna do the golf and the guns instead.
Golf and guns.
Yeah.
Great title. That should be the podcast, and shoot some video with that too as well.
That could be our next. That could be a different podcast. We can make that one.
Golf and guns.
That'll be me and you.
That'd be dope. I got some people too. I got some people. I got a couple pet players, and they're not on the PGA Tour or anything like that, but they are pros, but they don't tour or anything like that. But they're dope.
Yep. So
I got some gun guys. You have gun guys too.
So we might have a golf and guns podcast coming up. Maybe that's 2026 goal.
That might be kind of cool. I'm not. Yeah.
We might have to think on that one.
Yeah,
for
we're
sure.
think on that big time because I actually had another title was called. It was like basically 4x4s, guns, and something else, but it was dope. I forget what the title is. I have to ask Russell because we're gonna do it with this guy named Black Matt. He had this this really souped up, all polished. Watching Matt Black, what was the Tesla truck or whatever, the Cybertruck?
Okay.
But he had it all just. It's all gutted. It's still. I was like, I want this. I'm not hating on a Cybertruck or anything like that. But if I was gonna get a truck, right now. I
The
get like,
Cybertrucks are horrible.
yeah, but I get like a Raptor, the new Bronco Raptor or something like that.
You need to drive my Raptor because you would want a Raptor.
Wait, do you have a Raptor?
Yeah, you didn't
Oh,
see
like,
it?
oh, you mean went downstairs?
Yeah.
No, so these are Broncos, but they have the same.
Oh yeah.
But they have the same engine as that Raptor.
But if you want a truck, you gotta get the Raptor.
That one's my stepson Brennan has one. I'll give a little shout out, Brennan Stammer, car guy. Yeah, I mean, if Brennan came here, you mean just dude, Brennan, he's probably brand new too. You know, the new one and stuff like that.
I'm not even like I wanted a small car, and I love that truck.
That thing is a beast. Hey, guess what? Brennan has that same truck too as well.
Yeah, I love it.
He'll never sell it. Yeah, he loves that truck. Loves that truck. And I went and saw it. I'm like, oh, his your man's tires are bigger, but Brendan's a dope too as well. He's all set up nice. So
it's fun out in the desert too.
You guys go 4x4 in a lot too, right?
Not that much anymore.
What up to the Jeep?
So that's how we got the Raptor. We traded that in.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's dope. That was a nice Jeep.
The Raptor
like
was kind of just like we needed to get rid of the Jeep. We only got the Jeep because we had to trade in the Tahoe. This is just a whole long thing because we started Turo. Talk about taking risks. Don't do Turo. So we did the Turo thing. Well, we still had cars when we were like, okay, we need to get out of this. Right. And we subtued the Tahoe to someone who decided to not take care of it. Transmission went out. It was like complete crap. Well, it didn't go out, but it was gonna go out.
Okay.
And so we traded that in and got the Jeep. And then because we got a really good deal on the Jeep, and then we kept the Jeep for a little while, and then we traded it on the Raptor. And
that's great.
We were going to get rid of the Raptor and sell it, but Justin really loves it, and
I
like it too.
It's a nice truck. So. I really like that truck a lot. Yeah, that's dope. And he's got that new. Well, I'm not talking about that BMW station wagon, which is dope.
Yeah.
Which there's not very many. He was telling me about.
Did you go out and look at it?
No, I'm going to go out before I leave.
Okay.
Check it out.
They're probably in the garage right now.
They are. Yeah. Justin's friend. What's Justin's friend's name again?
Lewis.
Lewis. He's nice. He's a cool guy. That's where Justin likes him. Car guy too, right?
Yeah. That's how they bonded.
Yeah. Because I think Justin told me about him a long time because he's gonna potentially. I think he was the one that was gonna do some work on mine, but then Justin decided to help me fix the.
Yeah, I think so. I think originally, but then he figured it out.
Exactly. So. Yeah. So thankful for that too as well, for Justin and Brendan, because Brendan fixed my my transmission.
And now you're good for
forever. Yeah. I feel like so
those things run forever.
Yeah, they're great cars.
Well, what do you think? I don't even know where we're at because we're over an hour, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got anything else you want to add?
No.
I think we covered that topic pretty well.
We did, yeah. I went around some places, but I kind of brought it back. You helped me bring it back too as well. But no, I really liked. It was easy. It was nothing.
So the next time we talk to Lee, we'll find out about his ventures. And
oh yeah. That'll be so. What we'll do is when I get my heart touching wood. When we get the news for that, then they'll announce it.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. And then we'll find out what direction he wants to go with his purpose.
Yeah, I mean, our purpose is definitely more. I definitely still want to direct. Do I want to shoot as much? But the problem is that there's no jobs no jobs that I know of in my lower tier directing stuff to do direct.
But this big project might lead to bigger ones.
It could. So. I mean, I do. I am an ideas man, and I like to write and help get shows running and stuff like. So that's something that maybe I become some of a showrunner or something like that, or stay in the producing realm and executive producer. Because if the show goes, I'll be an executive producer, which is different. But I might fall and really like that. I think the universe.
I think you
knows. Will. Yeah, I don't have to always be directing or anything like that.
Sometimes we don't know what we want until we get there. So.
And a lot of people, it's a lot of people that didn't necessarily want to be actors that are big actors now that said, I didn't know if I wanted to do it or not, and I got a chance to do it, and they learned how to act. And as you saw them, they were terrible at first, but since they were in the industry being paid, they just kept doing it, and then they got really great just putting those reps in. So good for them.
I think it's fun for a hobby, but not that fun to do consistently.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Just not for me, but I think I don't know. But anyways, thank you for coming on and talking about your vulnerable self.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's where we learn.
Maybe you'll see me over here on Monday. I'll be sitting right there.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have him back Monday. Yeah. He's going to help us with.
You're like kind of a sidekick.
Yeah.
Looking up stuff on, Jet Chat.
We're gonna try to bring him in. He's gonna be like my Jamie,
Yeah. I'll be on the side, just kind of riffing with you guys and letting person talk. I won't be talking as much. I know my job. Trust me, I'll be earphones on, making sure things are good. But if I hear something, I'm like,
and then you can chime in.
Yeah.
So my new sidekick.
Yeah.
Because he likes to hang out with me anyway.
I do. And she makes really great food too, you guys.
That's always a bonus.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.